Okay, welcome everybody. This is the first week of the second part of our Beginning Bridge series. The first series was 5 weeks long. A lot of you that are participating in this one participated in that one. In the first section of the class, we learned the basics of bidding and play. Um, in this section of the class, we're going to be learning what to do when the opponents are bidding, either when they bid first and we would like to bid over them, or when we have bid and they are now interfering with our bidding. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about for the next 4 weeks. We're going to be using the Bridge Basics 2 competitive bidding, Audrey Grant's book. And by competitive bidding, she doesn't mean competing for the best score. She means competing with the other people at the table. We now have all four people involved in bidding, as opposed to the first class where we just learned basic bidding. We need to know the basic bidding before we add the other people to the mix, because things change a little bit when the opponents are getting in the mix. And that's what we're going to be talking about the rest of the time. This book has 4 chapters in it. It's on preemptive bidding, overcalls, takeout doubles, and then there's a last chapter that talks about putting all the bids together. And the main thing they talk about in there is a thing we're going to learn called negative doubles. And so we're going to be going through here step by step. Starting tomorrow in class, we'll actually pick up chapter 1, which is preemptive bidding, because in last week's class, what we spent our time doing was reviewing the basic bridge, basically what we've learned in the first class, but it is the basic concepts of bidding. And we need to go over those because, like I said, it's important. You have to know those to be able to know how you're changing them and what's being added on top of those. And I want to make sure everybody is on the level playing field here, that we have everybody is talking about the same thing. We had so many people coming through our class that started bridge at all different times. Occasionally, we'll have very new people that have never played before, but mostly people that are coming through the class played years ago a little bit, haven't played for years, and now want to pick it back up again. And that's fantastic. The thing is about having played 40 or 50 years ago, the rules that you remember have probably changed a bit. So, anyway, so we spend more time going over this just to make sure that we're all in agreement about what we're even talking about. So, let's go over these then. Let's look at the first um, set of rules we need to think about. Can all of you see this up on the screen now? It's putting it all together, Bridge Basics 1 by Audrey Grant. Everyone can see that? Yell at me if you can't. Um, the handout that you guys have, there's 2 different versions of this, and I'm not sure if you got one that says Bridge Basics or this one. They're essentially the same, so don't worry if what you're looking at is a little bit different than this. There's really 2 parts to this that we need to think about. And the first part is the opener, the first person to bid for your side, what their rules are, how they decide what to do. And then the second part is the responder, the person who bids after their partner has opened the bidding. So there's 2 places you could be. One of them is the opener, first person to bid for your side. The other one is the responder, the one who is responding to what the opener did. And one of you has to be one and one of you has to be the other, and you don't change roles during the course of one auction. So the opener stays the opener, the responder stays the responder. Any opening bid that you make that we've learned so far in bridge are bids at the 1 level. So 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 note trump. Any bid at the 1 level. A bid at the 1 level promises between 13 and 21 points, or a good 12 and 21 points, because we really like to open if we can. We like to get in the first shot in this and kind of set the tone for the whole auction by opening if we can at all. And those of you that have taken the class from me before, remember that I make you make a pledge that if you have 13 points, you will open something. Don't tell me that you had 15 points, but you didn't have anything to bid, because you have something to bid. There is a bid if you have between 13 and 21 points. With 22 or more points, you open 2 clubs. We don't cover that in this class, but there is a bid that says, I've got a lot of points, and it's 2 clubs. Doesn't say anything about clubs, it says a big hand. And then there's certain responses that are made after that, whole mishmash of stuff we need to go into. But so for bigger hand, you open 2 clubs. For a smaller hand, there are some opening bids that we're going to learn starting tomorrow. The preemptive bids are bids that sometimes you can make if you have less than an opening hand. But right now, what we're focusing on is the opening hand, so between 13 and 21 points. If you're going to have that, if you are in between 13 and 21, you have your choice of 3 different bids that you could make. And we have priorities for how you decide which of those to make. The first priority, the thing we'd like to do, if we can do it, is bid 1 no trump. 1 no trump is a very specific bid. It's between 15 and 17 points, and it is a balanced hand. And a balanced hand is no more than 2 in the suit, in a suit, excuse me. No, you have at least 2 in every suit, except you can have 2 in one. So no more than 1 doubleton is what we're talking about here. You'll have at least 3 cards in every suit. You might have 2 in one suit. Otherwise, it's balanced. You have about the same number of cards in all the suits. The most imbalanced you can be is 5, 3, 3, 2. 5 in one and 2 of the other. But you can't be more unbalanced than that. So this is a balanced hand with 15 to 17 points. The reason we like this hand the best to bid, to open the bidding with, is it's the most descriptive hand that we can make of all the opening bids. 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump. 1 no trump specifically describes your hand to a limited degree, 15 to 17 and balanced. All the other bids we can make, a heart, a spade, a club, or a diamond, are all between 13 and 21 points, a wide range. So we prefer always to make the most descriptive bid we can. And the most descriptive opening bid is 1 no trump. So when we do meet the criteria for that, we open 1 no trump. When we don't have the criteria to open 1 no trump, our second choice is to open a major suit. And there's only one requirement to open the major suit, and that is that you are promising 5 in the suit. So if you have 5 hearts or 5 clubs, excuse me, 5 spades or 5 hearts, and you can open 1 heart or 1 spade, but you have to have 5. If you open it, you're promising 5 in the suit, 5 or more. If you don't have the no trump and you don't have a 5-card major suit, then you just bid your best minor suit. And so whichever of clubs and diamonds is the longer suit, you bid that. The little things here to remember are, if you don't have a longer suit, if these 2 suits are equal length, if they're 4, 4, you bid the diamonds. If they're 3, 3, you bid the clubs. So with equal length 4, 4, diamonds and clubs, you bid diamonds. With equal length 3, 3, clubs and diamonds, you bid the clubs, the lower one. With 5, 5, you would bid the higher one. Our general rule that applies to responding and everything else, our general rule about equal length suits are that if, and you want to bid one of 2 suits that are an equal length, if you have 2 5-card equal length suits, you bid the higher. If you have two 4-card equal length suits, you bid the lower one first. You go up the line. As you're bidding back and forth, because if you follow these rules, your partner will be able to figure out generally whether you have 5 or 4 in a suit. So those are the usual rules. 5-5, bid the higher. 4-4, bid up the line, we call it. Lower to higher. It's a little bit different on the opening, and so I just want to point that out. The 5-5 stays the same. You open the higher. With 4-4, though, you open the diamond, which is the higher one, with 4-4 clubs and diamonds. With 3-3 clubs and diamonds, you open the clubs. If you follow these rules, then about 96% of the time that you open one diamond, you will have 4 diamonds in the suit. So your partner can be pretty assured that when you bid a diamond, you have 4. Sometimes you won't, 6% of the time. You got to think about the fact you don't open that one diamond that much. You might open one diamond once out of every 25 hands. And so 4 times when you open, or nearly 9 times out of 10 when you open one diamond, you have 4 in the suit. So that's pretty good odds. Your partner doesn't have to worry too much about you having 3, although it is a possibility. Okay, so that's for the opening bid. When no trump is our first choice, major suit, 5 in the suit. Second choice, last choice is bid your best minor suit. So then let's talk about what to do when we're responding to someone's bid. And just like for opening bidders, we have priorities for responder. In general, you need to have 6 points to respond to a 1-level opening bid. It's not exactly true for one no trump. We've talked about that there's special rules for that, and we're going to review those tomorrow in class briefly before we start our preemptive bidding. So we'll talk about those no trump bids on next week's review session. But in general, if you have 0 to 5 points, you're going to pass a 1-level opening bid. So you need 6 points to respond. But if you are going to respond, the priority for choosing the responding bid is, first choice is, if partner has bid a major suit, you want to raise your partner's major suit if you have support. We're always looking for an 8-card fit between a suit. If we want to play in the suit, we want to have 8 in the suit. If we have 7, the opponents have 6. And that means we have more, but that's not much more. But if we have 8, they only have 5. That's good enough that we can be pretty much in control of that suit. 9 and 4 is even better. But what we're looking for here is an 8-card fit. So if partner has opened 1 heart or 1 spade, they've got 5. So we need to have 3 points, 3 cards in the suit to support them. That would be support. So if partner opened a heart or a spade, and you've got at least 3 cards in the suit, in general, your first rule is to raise partner's suit. And if you have that support, you are going to revalue your hand with what we call dummy points, shortness points. Those of you that played bridge years ago, remember that when we opened a hand, we used to count shortness. We used to count a certain amount for a void, for a singleton, for a doubleton. Over the years, we've stopped doing that. We count length when we're evaluating our hand for opening. But when we have support for partner's suit, then shortness is valuable. Then we can get extra tricks, and that's why we count extra for it in that case. When we have that, we count 5 for a void, 3 for a singleton, and 1 for a doubleton. So you might have a hand that has a queen and a jack, queen in one suit, a jack in another suit, and has nothing in another suit. No cards, a void. Well, if you just count, your points with 3 high card points, you're probably not going to respond. But if your partner bids a heart or a spade and you've got support for them, and you've got a queen and a jack and a void, now you have 8 points. So now you can respond. So it's a significant difference. So anyway, if you have support for partner's major suit, you want to raise partner's major suit, and you revalue your hand before you decide what you're going to raise it to.
Sally,
Yes.
if in that case, if you also have a long suit, do you add the points for that?
No, your first valuation of your hand, you would add the length points. But once you revalue your hand using the dummy points or the shortness points, you take off the length points and use only the shortness points. Okay, so that's if you have support for your partner's major suit. If you don't, if they didn't bid a major suit or you don't have support for the major suit, then you want to bid your own 4-card major suit. We've talked about this, that we are always looking to try to play in a major suit. The reason for that is to get the bonus points that we're looking for in scoring. The best way to get the bonus points is to bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. 3 no trump also gets us bonus points for game. The 3 no trump can be a little riskier because sometimes you don't have control of the suit. And you can bid a game with 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, but you have to take 5. In that case, you can only lose 2. So it's very difficult to make. So major suit bids are what we're always looking for. And so our first priority is always to find a major suit if we can. Partner's already bid one and we've got support, great, it's found. But if partner hasn't bid one or we don't have support, then we need to start the search with our own 4-card major if we have one. So that's our next priority, is to bid 4-card major suit. If we don't have a 4-card major suit, then our priority is to bid some level of no trump, which we'll talk about in a minute, what the appropriate level is. And then the last thing that you want to do is bid or raise a minor suit. So if you can do any of these things above, you will do it, but sometimes you can't. And so sometimes you will have like no 4-card major suit, but a long minor suit. You might need to bid that minor suit, but that's not your priority. Only if that's all you have, that's what you do. Okay, down here, it gives us the ranges of what we decide to bid. We said with 0 to 5, you're just going to pass if partner has opened one of something. But with 6 to 9, that's the lowest level you can bid. You do want to bid something. So if partner has bid a major suit and you have 3-card support for them, you're going to revalue your hand using the shortness points we talked about, and you will raise just to the 2 level. So 1 heart, 2 hearts, or 1 spade, 2 spades. There is a special little bid here called the weak freak, which is where we have not many points, 6 points, but we've got 5 cards and partner's major suit. In that case, we just jump to 4. 1 heart, 4 hearts, 1 spade, 4 spades. This seems weird and it's hard to see. You'll see it more in a couple of weeks when we start talking about overcalls and take out doubles, and it'll be clearer why we do that. But anyway, so if you have that, you can jump immediately. We don't really expect to make it, but we expect to interfere with what the opponents are bidding. But the usual thing, that's an unusual situation. The usual thing that happens is you just raise to 2. If you are in the 10 to 12 point range, we call that a limit raise. You'll hear that referred to sometimes. 10 to 12 points is called a limit raise. If you have a limit raise, you raise to 3. So 1 heart, 3 hearts, 1 spade, 3 spades. Now, if you have 13 or more points and your partner has opened a heart or a spade and you have support, you know immediately you've answered the how high and the where questions that we always talk about. How high should we bid and where should we be bidding, a suit or no trump? Well, if partner opens one heart or one spade and you have an opening hand and you've got support for their suit, you know immediately that's at least where you belong. One heart, four hearts, one spade, four spades, but we don't just jump there. Two reasons we don't just jump there. One is because we just talked about the weak freak. And if you jump there, it is not a strong bid, it is a weak bid. So one heart, four hearts does not say, great, I want to play at four hearts. Well, it does say that, but it says, I want to do that because I don't have many points. So when you have that, you bid a new suit first. And the reason you bid the new suit first is you want to, you don't want to mislead your partner into thinking you have the weak freak, for one thing. And number two, you want to find out more about what partner has before you decide how high you should go. You should be at least a four. Well, when they come back with their second bid, it may turn out you need to be higher. You need to explore a little bit more. So that's why you just bid a new suit first. The good thing about this is that any new suit bid by responder, no matter what the circumstances are here, any new suit by a responder after the partner has opened, any new suit you bid is forcing for your partner. Partner must bid again. Partner cannot pass after you have bid a new suit. So you're perfectly safe here to bid a new suit because partner's going to have to bid something again. And then usually that's when you go to four hearts or four spades or higher. But so when you have an opening hand, you don't just jump to four hearts or four spades, even though you know that's at least where I want to wind up. Okay, so all of these things we've just been talking about were a partner opened a heart or a spade, and we've got support. But more often, we're over here. And that's when partner has opened a minor suit or they've opened a major suit, but you've got no support for their major suit. So when either one of those two things are the situation, then if you've got 6 to 9 points, you want to bid a new suit or one no trump. The one no trump here is not necessarily balanced. The one no trump here, this one level no trump just says, partner, I don't have anything else to bid. I don't have a 4-card major. I can't support your suit, but I do have 6 to 9 points, and I just want to let you know about that. For a new suit, if you want to go to the 2 level, you have to have 10 points. So notice that with less than 10 points, you cannot name a new suit at the 2 level, only at the 1 level. So this bid of one no trump says, partner, I don't have 10 points, so I can't bid a new suit at the 2 level. I don't have another suit I can bid at the 1 level, but I do have 6 to 9 points. So that's all that bid means. Or you can bid a new suit at the 1 level. If you bid a major suit, that promises 4. If you have a little bit more in points, 10 to 12, then you can bid with a balanced hand 2 no trump. 1 heart, 2 no trump means 10 to 12 points. And I do not have a 4-card spade suit. Notice they bid a heart, I'm bidding 2 no trump. If I had a 4-card spade suit, my priority is up here is to bid a 4-card major suit before I go to no trump. So if I jump over a major suit and go to the 2 no trump level, I don't have a major suit to bid. Or I can bid a new suit. And here I can bid any new suit I want. So if I've got 10 or more points, I can bid at the 1 level or the 2 level. We don't jump, we always just go up. So if partner bids 1 heart and I've got 12 points and 4 spades, I don't bid 2 spades. I just bid 1 spade. Don't jump. Even though, if partner had bid 1 spade, I could bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds or 2 hearts with 10 points. Otherwise not. I bid 1 no trump. A last thing you can do is jump in a minor suit. So 1 club or 1 diamond, 3 clubs or 3 diamonds means the same 10 to 12. And notice that's the same jump that you make over here when you're supporting your partner's major suit. That shows 10 to 12 points. So any jump of a suit, 10 to 12 points, shows support in that suit and 10 to 12 points. It also, though, if partner has bid a minor, denies having a major suit. The last thing then is with 13 or more points, if you have your own balanced hand and 13 points, you can tell partner, you can bid that right away. So 1 heart, 3 no trump, or 1 club, 3 no trump. That just says, partner, I've got at least 13 points. We have at least game, and I've got a balanced hand. So I can bid no trump, and I can bid it at that level. Your partner may not like that. Your partner may have a very unbalanced hand, and so they'll rebid their suit. But you can tell them right away, we belong at least at game level. Or you can just bid a new suit. When you don't know where you're supposed to be, the where part of this, even if you know the how high part of it, and with 13 points, the how high part is game, you still just bid a new suit first to start getting the ball rolling and finding out more. Now, once partner has made one of these bids down here, it comes back up to the opener. It's their turn to bid. So we have the opener, responder, the opener. If the responder, let's go back down here. If the responder has made a bid that limits their hand, the opener does not need to bid again, because now the opener knows how many points are held between you two. If you've made a limited hand. So if you just raise to 2, or you raise to 3, that's limiting your hand. Or if you bid 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump, or jump in a minor suit. All of those things limit your hand. They are a specific description of your hand within a 3-point range. So when you've done that, partner doesn't have to bid again. But if you have bid a new suit, primarily that's the one, if you have bid a new suit, partner must bid again, because partner cannot pass a new suit by responder. And the reason for that is when responder bids a new suit, if you bid at the 1 level, you've got at least 6. If you bid at the 2 level, you've got at least 10, but there is no upper limit. I mean, the upper limit seriously could be 20, 25 points. There is no upper limit on the first response. You're just going to bid 1 of something or 2 of something, whatever the next level up is. It's what you're going to bid as the responder. So when that happens, then it comes back to the opener. The opener now must make their second bid. So the opener, when they opened, could have been in one of 3 ranges. They could have had a very minimum hand, just barely able to open, 13 to 15, not anything extra, minimum opening hand. Or could have had a little extra, 16 to 18, kind of a medium hand, or 19 to 21, a maximum hand. So if you are in this minimum category and partner has made a bid, like a new suit where you must bid again, then you need to tell partner, hey, I'm in this minimum category. So to say you're in the minimum category, you're going to rebid your suit. If you do that, it promises an extra 1 in the suit. So if you bid a heart and they bid a spade, you can say 2 hearts, but that would promise 6 instead of the 5 you originally said. Or you can raise your partner's suit. If you said a heart and they said a spade, you can say 2 spades. And that says, okay, partner, you told me you had 4, I've got 4, at least. Or you can bid the lowest no trump that's available. So if the bidding has gone 1 diamond by you, 1 heart by the partner, you don't have support for hearts, you don't have extra diamonds, you don't have 4 spades, you can just say 1 no trump, the lowest no trump. If the bidding went 1 heart by you, 2 clubs by the partner, 2 no trump by you, it's still the lowest no trump bid that you can make. And so that still promises that minimum hand. So whatever the lowest no trump is, it could be 1 or it could be 2, but it's whatever the lowest one is. That all of those bids say got a minimum hand. One other thing you can do is a new suit bid. And you will do that when you have another suit to bid. If you started out a diamond and partner says a heart, if you don't have 4 hearts, but you have 4 spades, you couldn't bid them the first time because you didn't have 5. You've got 4. You can say 1 spade. Doesn't promise any extra points. The new suit doesn't. Same thing is true with the medium. In the medium category, we jump in our suit or our partner suit to show the 16 to 18 level. So rather than just going, 1 level up, we will jump over a level. So that might be something like 1 heart, 1 spade, 3 spades. I like your spades, and I've got the medium hand. I want the minimum. Or you can bid a new suit. Now you notice you can bid a new suit at the minimum level. You can bid a new suit at the medium level. So a bid of a new suit does not limit your hand. I'm just still looking for more information from partner. Rarely you will have this situation to show the maximum hand. It doesn't come up that much. You have the 19 to 21 points more, but this, you would need to make this bid if you didn't know where you belonged and you're still looking for that. Usually by the time you've bid, your partner's bid, and if you have 19 to 21 points, usually then at that time, you know where you need to go. Like if you have 20 points and 5 hearts and your partner bids, you bid 1 heart and your partner bids 1 spade, and you've got fit for him in spades, you've got 4 spades, you'll just bid 4 spades. That shows I've got 20 points because you just promised 6 when you bid your 1 spade, and I've got support for spades and 20 points. So that maximum hand, you don't always have to show that. But when you do show it, the way you show it is by a jump shift. So that means you were going, skipping a level and bidding a new suit. So something like 1 club, 1 club, 1 heart by partner, 3 diamonds by you, not 2 diamonds. That would just be a new suit, but 3 diamonds, jump shift. All right, let's look at some examples then and see if we can figure out what we should do with some of these. Okay, as this now showing on your screen where it says Ace King 432. Yes, yell out if it's not. Okay, let's look at this first example here. We have Ace King 432, and we do spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs, clubs, diamonds, clubs in order. Oh, I have these backwards. I'm sorry. But anyway, these are the 4 suits: spades, hearts. This is diamonds and clubs, even though the color's backwards. All right. Bear with me on this. So we've got 7 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 high card points plus 1 for length. So what would we open this hand?
One no trump.
One no trump. Very good. This fits in our range of the hand that we want. It is 17-point hand, 16 high card points, and there is no more than one doubleton. We have the doubleton Queen Jack of Hearts, but otherwise we have at least 3 cards in every suit. So this is going to be one no trump opening. What if this changes a little bit? Now what will we open? Here we have 14 high card points plus 1 for length.
Isn't it still one
Is
no
it-
trump?
What'd you say, Mark?
Isn't it still one no trump?
Still one no trump? Anybody have a different suggestion? Okay, this could go either way. And the reason it could go either way is technically we can add length when we're looking at no trump. A lot of people do, but it's never going to be more than 1 point because, you know, you can't have a 6 card suit and you can't have 2 5 card suits and have a balanced hand. So if you have a 5 card suit, you've got 1 extra point. So you can count that, except I usually don't count it to put me into one no trump. So I would open this 1 spade. But if you open it 1 no trump, you are correctly meeting the requirements, and it's a perfectly fine bid. I just don't, in case my partner has a real minimum no trump hand and is transferring me into no trump, which y'all have talked a little bit about, and we'll talk more about tomorrow. I have a tendency not to do that. So either I'd take either one on that, either 1 spade or 1 no trump. Okay. Okay, what will we bid with this hand? Here we have 18 high card points, right?
1 club,
18 high card points. So what should we open?
1 club.
Okay, we can't bid a no trump, right? Too many points. We can't bid a major suit. We don't have 5. So we're going to bid our best minor suit. Well, we don't have a best minor suit or a longest minor suit. They're equal lengths. And when they are equal length 3, 3, we bid a club first. So the correct thing here to bid would be 1 club. Oops. Okay, let's change this a little bit more. Okay, what would we do with this hand? Here we have, I believe, 14 high card points, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
One no trump.
With 14 high card points? Have to have 15.
Oh, okay.
Have to have 15 high card points is what I prefer, or at least 14 high card points with 1 for length can work. It must be 15.
I'd do 1 diamond.
Yes, this needs to be 1 diamond. We don't have enough for 1 no trump. We don't have a 5 card major, which would be our second choice. So our last choice is to bid our better minor suit or our longer minor suit. And here we do have a longer minor suit. It's diamonds. and it happens to be 4 in the diamond suit. And usually when we have 4 in a diamond suit, bid open 1 diamond, where we have 4 in the suit. It's very rare that you don't. The only time that you wouldn't have it is if you have something like this. Four, 4, 3, 2. It's the only configuration where you would bid a diamond, because it's longer. You would bid a diamond opening this hand, and you don't have 4. That's the only time that's going to happen. So that's why we say 96% of the time you're going to be good. Okay, let's drop down here to this bottom section then. Erase this guy up here. Okay, let's look at this. Partner has opened 1 spade. So what will we bid with this hand? Here we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 regular valuation points. Partners bid 1 spade. What will we say?
I'd go to 4 spades.
4
You've got
spades?
5.
4
You've
spades?
got 5 spades.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
You've got 5 spades in your hand. He's promised 5 spades in his hand. So you got 10 out of the 13 of them.
Exactly. You've
Right?
got, yes, you've got opening hand versus opening hand. So you know the how high part is at least game. And you have a fit with your partner. So you know the where part is spades. So logically, one would think you would bid 4 spades. But what you've forgotten, Laura, is we're playing bridge, okay? And we always have to throw an extra quirk in. So what is the quirk that's thrown in here? What's the reason that we don't bid 4 spades?
The weak freak.
The weak freak bid. 1 spade, 4 spades means I've got, instead of the bazillion points I have here, I only have 5 or 6 points. So that would be like, you know, if this was a 9 and an 8, then we might, well, we wouldn't even do it then because we've got extra points that we need to count for in this singleton. So here we would have, in this hand, we'd have 4, 5, 6, 7 high card points. And because we have support for our partner, we would add 3 more points for that singleton diamond or club. So that gives us 10 points. If partner bids a spade and we have this hand, what do we bid? Well, this
Two
puts
two
us
spade?
3 spades. This
Three
puts us
spades.
in that limit range, 10 to 12. Because we've got 7, 8, not 4, 5, 6, 7 high card points. We get to count 3 for that singleton. That's 10 points. 10 points is the limit raise that we talked about. So that would be 1 spade, 3 spades. If this were a little bit different, and we,
What would you
I'm sorry,
What would you have done if the king had stayed though in the weak freak?
okay, on the weak freak, I'm going to go back to that in just a second. Okay, so but
Okay.
let's look at this one. Here we have 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1 extra for a doubleton. So that's 8. This hand now values to 8 points. If partner opens 1 spade, now what do we bid with this hand?
2
spades.
spade.
2 spades.
Yes.
Well, now we're back to the weak freak. We've got less than 10 points, you know, and we've got 5 in partner suit. So this hand, we would weirdly bid 4 spades with. Now, let me tell you, if you bid 2 spades with this, that's not a terrible bid. It's an okay bid. It does describe the hand. It does, you know, let partner know what you have. and it's not as aggressive as the 4 spades bid. But for competitive bidding, when all people are bidding, it's better to bid 4 spades with this hand than just 2. So that is the weak freak right here. This is, we would bid 1 spade, 4 spades with this hand generally. But like I said, if you bid 2 spades, not horrible, horrible. Okay, let's go back here to this hand that we had a minute ago. I think I need to add here. Okay. Okay, now we're back to that hand that we had 7, 11, 12, 13, 14. And with a singleton, we can add 3 more. So now we've got 17 points, right? 4, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points. And partner has opened 1 spade. This is the one where we talked about where we know we belong at least at 4 spades. That's where we want to bid, but we can't bid that because that would be a weak bid. So since that's the case, what do we bid with this hand?
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds. Yeah, we want to bid a new suit. So it would be the black diamonds I have here. The Queen, Jack, 5, 4. So yes, you just bid a new suit. You know, as the person that's bidding that you're not serious about that diamond bid. Doesn't mean anything. You're just waiting to hear what partner's going to say next. Okay. Typically, what partner's going to say next is either 2 spades, which would show he has an extra spade, or 2 no trump, which says that he doesn't have an extra spade and he doesn't support diamonds. Or he might even bid 2 hearts. He might have a 4-card heart suit that he couldn't bid before, but now he can. So he can make a range of different bids there. But whatever he bids, you really don't care because your next bid is going to be 4 spades. So it's going to be 1 spade by your partner, 2 diamonds by you, new suit. Whatever partner bids next, if he makes a minimum bid, you're then going to say 4 spades. And that says to partner, I've got 13 points. I've got support for spades. You know, that's where we're going to play. Are we good? Okay. Okay. Partner is opening 1 diamond with this hand. What are we going to do? Got a lot of points, right? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14. Or an easier, quicker way to bid this, guys, is ace, king, queen, jack is 10. So ace, king, queen, jack is 10 plus 4 is 14. Throw that in. I don't charge you extra for hints like that. So anyway, so 14 high card points we have here. Is that the total valuation of this hand?
No, 3 first.
We should give 3 for the singleton. Well, partner has bid a diamond, and for us to give extra points for shortness, we have to be planning on raising partner's suit so that we're the dummy. We have to be ready to agree that we're going to play in diamonds. And are we ready to agree that on this hand? Yeah, we've got 4 hearts and 4 spades, so we would much rather find a major suit fit. So even though we have a fit probably in diamonds, we don't care. Not interested now. Might become interested, but not interested now. So we're going to bid one of these 2. Which one of these 2?
Lower.
The lower. Very good. So we would bid 1 heart. 1 heart. So he's gone 1 diamond. We've bid 1 heart. Now, what did we promise with that one heart bid? What does he, the diamond bidder, what does he know about our hand at this point? He just knows we have at least 6 points. That's all we promised by making that first bid. We've got tons more. That first bid is a minimum of 6. Just getting things going here. Find out where we belong. That's one thing he knows. The other thing he knows is that we have at least 4 hearts. We might have more, but we have at least 4. That's really all he knows right now. So after we bid the 1 heart, he then bids 1 spade. What do you think that means?
He's got
I don't
4
like
spades.
hearts, I have spades.
Yeah, he's saying, I have 4 spades. And he's denying 4 hearts because he wouldn't tell you about the spades if he had hearts. So he does not have 4 hearts. So he has 4 spades. Point wise, what do we know about his hand? Is he in the minimum, medium, maximum, or do we know yet? Well, we don't know where he is. We know he has the 13 points he started with. So he's got at least 13, and he has at least 4 spades, and he does not have 4 hearts. But he's not promising extra yet. He's still got 13. He might have the 16 to 18 range. But we're still at the 1 level. We're still kind of exploring. So he's not promising any more points now. If he does this, he's bid 1 diamond, you bid 1 heart, he's bid 1 spade. Now what do you bid with this
Does
hand?
the 1 spade promise 4 spades?
Yes, it does. He's got 4 spades. And he probably has 4 spades and only 4 spades. Because if he had had 5 spades to start, he would have started with 1 spade. Now, he might have had like 6 diamonds and 5 spades and a lot of points. Slight possibility he's different, but immediately I would just assume, okay, he's got 4 spades and only 4 spades. So what will we bid then? If our partner now has bid 1 spade, what are we going to bid now?
Four spades.
4 spades. How can you do that, Mark? That's crazy talk.
Uh,
What are you thinking?
well, he opened, right?
He did. He's got 13. You've got 13.
We've got 8 spades.
You've got 8 spades. So that's a 4 spade game. So you're exactly right. That's what you bid next, 4 spades.
Oh.
Does everybody see that? You have 4 spades to match with the 4 spades he just told you about. You knew from the beginning that you wanted to play at least at the 4 level or 3 no trump. And so once he tells you he's got 4 spades and you've got 4 spades, that tells you the where. And you know the how high because he has at least 13. Now, he could even have more. And the fact that you jumped to 4 spades says you've got at least 13 points. If he actually had, the most he could have here is about 18, because if he had 19 to 20 and he's bidding a new suit, he would have bid 2 spades here. So he's 18 the maximum. That's a new suit is between 13 and 18. So he had 13 to 18. You've told him you have 13 by going to game. If he had 18, he might even consider a slam. That's kind of unusual, but it could be. Okay. Let's look at.
Don't we have 17 points down here?
We do. Yes, we do, because 14, and now we can add the 3 points. Very good, Mark. We can add the 3 points for the singleton. We didn't add them before, but once he's bid 4 spades and we're going to go jump to 4 spades, then we are counting that 17. Could have even put us over into, we might not have been, we might not have had this ace to start with. Might have looked something like this. And so when he bid 1 heart, we bid 1 heart, he bids 1 spade. Now we're happy with spades. And now we also have, although we just had 10 high card points here, we now have 13 high card points in support of spades. So in that case, we would jump to 4 spades. Same thing. Okay, let's look at a little bit different here.
Is it beyond the scope here, but are we potentially missing a slam in the last bidding?
Potentially, but if your partner, the 1 diamond opener, had 17 or 18 points and you jump to game after his spade bid, he's going to be thinking about it, and he's probably going to make an ace asking bid, or it is beyond the scope of this, but he's going to do something that asks if we belong above there. Okay, let's 6. Sorry, guys. Okay. Partner has opened 1 diamond, and here is your hand. What do you think we should bid with this?
Trump?
What are we thinking?
1 no trump?
Everybody thinking 1 no trump? That's correct. We would like to bid a 4 card major. If we had one, we don't. We can't bid clubs, even if these clubs were better. We can't bid clubs because we don't have 10 points, so we can't go up to the 2 level. So we need to tell partner points, 6 to 9 points, and nothing else to bid. And so we would bid 1 no trump with that. We happen to have a balanced hand here, but we might not have a balanced hand. It's not required that we have a balanced hand. Okay. If partner opens 1 diamond with this hand, here we've got 5 high card points, plus a couple more for length, 7. This hand values to 7. We've got a 6 card club suit. Even though it's a 6 card club suit, unless we've got 10 points, we can't name it at the 2 level. So this would, same thing, not a balanced hand, but we would have to bid 1 no trump with this hand. So 1 no trump does not promise a balanced hand. It just promises points, 6 to 9. Okay, guys, we've gone over most of the things then with that have to do with those basic biddings. So you can kind of see what we're doing. Tomorrow in class, we're going to review the no trump bids briefly, and then we're going to talk about the preemptive bids, which is everybody's favorite thing. Okay, thanks for coming on today, guys. Good luck tonight, Laura, with the Dallas game. And we'll see everybody tomorrow at class.
Thank you.
Thank-
Bye-bye.